write and you write and you write, especially in unusual times like these. I read parents' review interviews studiously because they're always so richly detailed, perfectly composed, and didactic. One common theme in most of the interviews is that nearly every significant writer takes themselves seriously. They may have different philosophies and approaches to writing. They have different writing processes. They are mostly humble, sometimes self-deprecating, but they always detail in some form or fashion the level of work that they put into their craft and the work they put into conceiving their writing. They articulate their influences and how those influences are reflected in their writing. They don't provide pithy answers about happenstance or treat writing as some casual affair. They don't say, I published this thing, and dismiss all of the effort that went into the work. I respect that willingness to say, my art is not accidental. I appreciate the willingness to acknowledge that practice demands effort. When I have time after reading one of these interviews, I reflect on how elaborate some of their writing processes are. Waking up at some ungodly hour, sitting at an austere desk facing west or some such, and then typing on a typewriter for 6 hours before lunch, or scratching some words out by hand to transcribe later, or making sure the right books are on your desk at the right angles, just in case you need them for reference. I always think, my goodness, I must not be a real writer, because I don't have any of that going on. When I write, I generally sit on my couch with a laptop in front of the TV, and I just do my thing. I start at the beginning, and I write my way to the end. And then I feel like maybe I'm doing all this wrong because I don't have 100 different fancy practices to generate writing. I sit at my computer and I stare at the screen. I watch TV that's mostly trash.